this video, we're going to be breaking down an e-commerce brand that is doing over $140 million a year in revenue. We're going to be going through the ad creatives, the landing pages, the PDP, the conversion optimization, the products they're running, a lot of different things, right? This video is jam-packed full of value. So without further ado, let's dive in. And before we actually dive in and share the brand that I'm going to be breaking down today, I just want to preface by saying this brand is not one of our clients. However, I wanted to show you guys some proof that I am somewhat qualified to break this stuff down and show you what's working, what's not working. It's one of our clients here that I just refreshed the dashboard for is doing $8.8 million in the last year. And over the last eight years, I've been running an agency that works with e-commerce brands. We help them grow. We do a bunch of different things from paid ads to ad creative to conversion optimization to email marketing. And we spend a lot of money every month, every year for our clients. We make a lot of money in return. So just wanted to share that so that you can feel good about the information that I'll be sharing today with you. So we take a lot of inspiration from this brand, and the brand that I'm going to be sharing with you today is a brand called Pet Lab Co. Now, you may have heard of them, right? They're pretty big, $140 million a year. You may not have heard of them, right? So there's big companies out there, nine-figure companies that you may have never heard of. And what this brand sells is they sell supplements for dogs, right? And they also do some cat products, but their main focus is on dogs. And the reason why I am excited to share and really break this brand down with you is because they're doing so many things really, really well. And it really comes down to the fundamentals, which I speak about very, very often on my channel. So the first thing, let's look at their ads, right? Let's start with how do you actually acquire new customers? And I want to focus today just on Meta, Facebook, Instagram. And this tool that I have open here is called Foreplay. It's basically an app, website tool that allows you to see what ads other brands are running. Of course, you can look at the ad library, but it's also good for us to get inspiration, to research, to find new brands, all that stuff, right? We can also see like how long these ads are running for. We can filter by ads that are still running. So I added these filters here, say that the status is still running. We want to look at ads that are still active, and then also breaking down by Facebook and Instagram. We can also sort by longest running, newest, oldest, and we can even break it down to a specific date frame where the ads were launched. So this is a great tool for us. We've been using this for a few years. As I said, it helps a lot with our clients and just the research that we're doing and finding ads that we can maybe take inspiration from. So the first thing you see here is that they have ads that have been running for 2 years, which is crazy. It's very, very uncommon to see that. They also have ads that have been running, for a few months, right? So the ads that have been running for a year plus, there's some of them, not that many. This is what you'll see most often with brands is that when they scale to the 8-figure, 9-figure range, they do have those ads that they can keep running for a year or two. But the majority of their ads, just like all other advertisers, have been running. I mean, even some advertisers, they struggle to have ads running for a consecutive month. And these brands have a lot of ads that have been running for a month or two. So the main thing with this tool as well, and that we're going to go through, is you can see the ad details, and you can also see the landing page that they're running the ads to. So we're going to go through that. We're going to look at the landing pages and break those down. The first thing you can probably see here from these ads is that there's a variety of content, right? There's very different dogs, right? Because obviously, depending on what dog you own, that will appeal to the video, right? If you see your dog or a similar dog breed in the video, then you're going to resonate with that more. There's also a lot of different angles, and of course, a mix of images and videos, a lot of video, as you can see. And the images are very simple offer-based creatives, okay? So before we're going to watch some of these videos, and I'm going to show you, break them down and share why they work. First thing is, let's look at where they're actually driving traffic to. So I've pulled up a few landing pages from the ads and really where they're driving the traffic to. This is the first one that I came across, and this is known as an advertorial. Now, the first thing I want to mention is as you are scaling, right? If you're scaling a brand and you want to continue to increase ad spend to acquire new customers, you want to continue to increase new customer revenue and reach more people, then you must expand the market, right? Like, it sounds very simple, but what I mean by this is that your ads and your funnels need to appeal to different stages of customer awareness. So there's 5 stages of customer awareness. You have people who are unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware, right? When you start running an e-commerce brand and you start running ads, your ads are probably going to be targeting this most aware stage or product aware stage, right? Because what's happening here is that these are the people that are the easiest to convert, right? They are the most aware of the problem they're facing, the solutions that are out there, the products that they may have tried already, and them introducing them to your product and your solution is much, much easier to sell and convince them on than to try and educate them on a whole new problem that they don't even know that they have, right? But as you can see, and you can imagine that as you increase your ad spend and you acquire more and more customers, eventually you're going to hit a cap at, these two stages, right? So that means you have to continue expanding to the other stages of awareness: solution aware, problem aware, and unaware. Now, as you get further and further away, it becomes harder and harder to convince and sell these people on your product, right? Because there's more education required. Now, Pet Lab Co. are at a stage, 140 million a year, where they are going after these unaware, problem aware stages, right? They're focusing a lot on these stages. And as I mentioned, when you're going after those stages, you need to be focusing on education. So they're running a lot of ads around the importance of dental health in dogs, right? The importance of keeping teeth clean, healthy. And what a lot of dog owners will know is that they know it's important, but they're not brushing their dog's teeth. They don't have a routine in place that is gonna keep their dog's teeth healthy, right? There's also certain challenges that come with that. So this advertorial right here, 3 consequences of never brushing your dog's teeth and 1 easy way to help. So we're educating the people on what's the problem with not brushing your dog's teeth, right? Because people know it's important, but they don't realize how detrimental it could be to your dog's health if you don't brush the teeth, right? So that's really what this advertorial is going after. And with this long form piece of content, really this landing page, it's designed to take customers through a journey, right? We're introducing them to the problem, right? Be careful, although your dog's teeth aren't always easy to clean. If you neglect your best friend's dental hygiene, there's 3 risks that you need to bear in mind. So we're introducing them to the problems and we're introducing them to the solution, right? So you can see that we're taking them through from an unaware, problem aware stage, introducing them to now they're problem aware, now they're solution aware because we're introducing them to a solution. And eventually we are introducing them to our product, bringing them to the product aware stage, and we are stacking that with some proof, right? So through some vets, probably some customer reviews to come as well, Instagram, as you can see here, as seen on, right? So we're building trust. Now, once you click to choose your package on this landing page, it comes to the PDP, and there's a lot of great things going on in this PDP, a lot of conversion optimized elements. And if you're running an e-commerce brand, you should be doing conversion optimization, CRO. What that means is that you are A/B testing on your website to try and increase your conversion rate, and you can also do that to increase your average order value, AOV. The reason why this is so important is because small increases in AOV and conversion rate can lead to huge impacts on your customer acquisition cost and therefore your profitability. So quick breakdown of this page, right? First of all, the images, right? And I think we should actually look at this on mobile, considering most of the traffic these days is coming through on mobile. Now, the images, and this is something that I see a lot of brands neglect, right? This is the prime real estate of your page. It's the first thing people see when they land on this product page. You want to be able to use up this space by what we call creating infographics, where we're not just showing images of the product and the before and after state, we're also adding text and adding benefits to these images, right? We are using that space as a way to convey more information. You can also add testimonials and trust from authority figures and bodies, adding more benefits. And as you can see here, there's just more information about the product itself. So if you're not doing this, this is a very, very easy low-hanging fruit that you can start to implement to increase your conversion rate. As we come down here, we have a very, very normal, I guess, standard structure of a product page where we have, product title, we have reviews, we have a little description. They have this interesting thing here with tabs. It's a very good way to organize and present this information. Keeps everything very cohesive. Expected delivery in 3 to 5 business days. This is always good to have some expectation here. And of course, they have these drop downs if the customer wants to read more information. So another thing with Pet Lab Co. is that they have a very, very good offer structure, okay? So when we look at offer structures, this one right here is called a quantity break offer, or more you buy, more you save. Basically, they're offering 1 tubs, 2 tubs, 3 tubs. If you buy more tubs, you save more, right? You're saving 40% versus 20%. And you're only spending 77 cents per day as opposed to $1.03 per day, right? They also have this most popular, best value. And on top of this, I believe they also have a subscription program. This is the toggle right here where you can save more with a subscription. So it's very, very cohesive and very well organized and compact because there's 3 different variables that you have to choose from here: dog size, amount, and obviously subscription, no subscription. So if you do have a consumable product, think about how you can structure an offer that is 3. You always want to use 3 options. As humans, we like to think in 3s and try and optimize the middle option. Most people are not going to go for the most expensive one, right? But what you can do is you can get most people to go for the second option if you make it very attractive, okay? So that if you have a lot of savings between 1 and 2, right? The first option and the second option, then it can be a no-brainer to come with the second option. You can also test pre-selecting the second option. That's just another thing that you can do. So yeah, just some ideas there, but the offer structure is really, really important to increasing average order value, because what this brand is likely doing is they're acquiring customers here at a loss, right? But then they're recouping that revenue and profit on the back end with the subscription, okay? So buying 2 tubs is $50. Their customer acquisition cost for this is probably $50 or higher. And yeah, you're able to recover that with a subscription. Another note just on subscription offers, if you can have a subscription offer where you can get people to subscribe and save, then I would highly, highly recommend doing that. It's a great way to compound revenue. So let's look at a few other landing pages. This one right here is a little bit different style, and it's more of an interactive style. So headline is, if your dog is scratching, paw licking, or head shaking, it could be yeasty skin. America's best-selling probiotic chew can help. We're targeting people who, they know their dogs are facing these problems. They've noticed these problems, but they don't really know, like, I guess, what's causing it, right? Maybe they've tried to solve it by going to the vet, trying some creams, some topicals. It's not really working. So we're introducing them to maybe another solution to the problem that they're already aware of. And then we're introducing them to the product. Now, if they want to find out more, it automatically scrolls how an imbalanced gut affects your dog's entire body, gives more information, where are the signs. So they're getting interaction from the customer. And a very interesting thing that's happening here, a psychological principle called commitment. And when you get people to give micro commitments by clicking buttons and getting them more bought into the process, they're more likely to make bigger and bigger commitments later down the line, right? So eventually we're going to be driving them to an offer page to purchase, right? So if they're making all these commitments and answering all these questions, they're more likely to follow through and make a purchase, right? Because we're stacking yeses in a way, right? The more times we can get a customer to say yes, the higher the likelihood is that they're going to go ahead and purchase, okay? So this one is a very, very similar one, but again, for teeth. And yeah, they're running the same structure here where you can scroll through. So this is on the side of landing pages. Now, landing pages are very, very important for the stages of customer awareness, but also they really, really help improve conversion rate, right? So you don't necessarily have to go something like this where it's say advertorial, because just to be upfront, advertorials are very, very difficult to crack, right? It's very, very difficult to make an advertorial work because you're going after those less aware stages of the audience. I would start with something simpler like listicles, like 5 reasons why. They're much easier to build. They're much simpler. They're shorter. So it's likely that you're going to get the content and the copy right? Whereas if you're doing something like this, you really have to nail the copy because it's long form. So let's jump back to the ad creatives. Let's break this down a little bit more. So we're going to watch a few and then we're going to talk about them.
The doggy dental crisis explained by a vet, and a new powder that can help.
Millions of dogs every year silently cope with dental issues without their owners ever realizing. And there's 2 critically important facts about this doggy dental crisis.
So the first thing with this ad, you'll notice is that we are going for authority, right? It's a vet that's talking, and we're saying the doggy dental crisis, right? So we're grabbing attention by introducing people to a problem, right? A problem that they may not even know about. And then we are introducing them to the fact that if you don't brush your dog's teeth and maintain their dental health, that's going to cause issues down the line.
And there's 2 critically important facts about this doggy dental crisis every owner should hear. First, our best friends often provide us with signs that this is happening, like yellow teeth, tartar buildup, and...
So what we're doing here is that we are appealing to things that people are going to know, right? A great way to educate people on a problem and the consequences of that problem is to talk about the signs, the symptoms, right? If you're talking to people who are suffering from hair loss, you might say, if you notice that, in your shower, in your sink, every morning after you wash your hair, after you get ready, there's hair in your sink. We're appealing to a visual, right? Where we can resonate with what the customer is currently feeling and thinking in their mind. We can go deep, and what this is called is also agitating the problem.
Bad breath, but most owners simply ignore it. Secondly, dental issues, when left to develop, can have heartbreaking and very financially costly consequences down the road.
So again, going into the consequences, and it's the problem of the problem, right? The problem initially is poor dental health, right? But what is the consequence of that problem, right? It's not just that, there's consequences for, bad breath and that sort of things, but also potentially financial costs to the owner. And notice how the editing style as well is constantly changing the visual that we're looking at.
So this is what we say to our community. Check your dog's mouth today, and if you see yellow teeth or bad breath, then you need to act immediately. And And there is something brand new that is completely changing the game for dental hygiene in dogs that could not be easier to use. It's called
So now we're introducing the product, right? So see how we're taking customers through a journey of maybe not even knowing that this was a big problem. And it's like, yeah, dog's teeth are yellow, like that's normal. Like we are breaking that belief, right? And then we are introducing them to a solution and the product. And I'm guessing they're gonna sort of back this up with some social proof.
And it is a highly specialized powder you simply sprinkle on your dog's food each day. Every single ingredient in this powder, like brown algae and targeted probiotics, has been carefully selected to maintain beautifully healthy gums and teeth. And the best part is that Pet Lab Co. dental products have an awesome track record of delivering real results.
And here's the social proof, right? So it's very common to see when you introduce a product, how do you back up your claims, right? You can talk about the ingredients and the effectiveness of those ingredients through, science-backed claims. You can talk about customer reviews. You can talk about the fact that it was featured in Forbes, in Business Insider. You can talk about the before and afters, right? You can show visuals. And again, I want to re-emphasize the editing. If you just had this video where someone's just talking to the camera, it could work, but it's not going to be as impactful as if you are showing visuals, right? You are using B-roll. You're showing the problem. You're showing the solution. You're showing the proof. Let's watch to the end.
With thousands of 5-star reviews online.
My dog's teeth are whiter. Their breath is so much better. They are bright, they are white, and his breath smells good.
Now this is an amazing ad, right? Very, very comprehensive. It's 1 minute, 26 seconds, which is, probably on the lower side for these educational based ads if you're going after those less aware stages of the audience. And I mean, it's been running for 591 days. So, I mean, that says it all. Let's watch this one.
The hidden dental issue every dog parent needs to know about.
Okay, first 3 seconds, the hook. Right? If you're running ads, you know how important the hook is. The hook is what's going to grab attention. Now, the visual, what people see, is going to play a big deal in whether someone is going to stay around and watch a few more seconds of the video. The hook is designed to get people to watch the next few seconds, and the next few seconds is designed to get people to watch the next few seconds, and so on, right? So if we watch this again, notice how the visual, the headline, the voiceover, everything comes together to create a compelling hook.
The hidden dental issue every dog parent needs to know about.
Millions of dogs every year silently cope with.
Okay. Now, again, going back into this vet angle, and this authority angle is clearly working very well for this brand because the ads that are using this have been running the longest, right? But yeah, this is just another example of how we're using that authority to convey how big of a problem this is. Maybe if it was just a consumer, like a random dog owner talking about this, you wouldn't believe them as much. It wouldn't hold as much weight. But with a vet, someone who you trust with your dog's health, it is so much more impactful.
With dental issues without their owners ever realizing. And there's two critically important.
Okay. So it's really the same. So notice how these videos are the same, but just the hook is different. Okay. So if you have a winning ad, change the hook and rerun it. So that's what they did here, right? They had this ad. They found that it was working. Okay, let's change the hook. Let's test it again. Let's watch a few more.
Dental hygienist reveals hack to turn yellow dog teeth from this to this sparkly.
Okay, so this is a very classic framework for ads. It's how I went from this to this, right? The before and after. The current state, the after state, the desired state.
And white.
She was getting that yellowing and that buildup on her canine tooth. They were actually getting a little tartar buildup on her teeth. But as a dental hygienist, I know the importance of dental care to dogs. She doesn't really love the teeth brushing part. That's why we loved using the Pet Lab Co. Pro Bright.
So again, vet, dental hygienist angle, authority figure. And again, we are introducing them to the product, and then it's likely going to follow a very similar structure that we've seen.
This is what your dog's teeth can look like after just 1 month without a daily cleaning routine.
So visually shocking hooks work really well. Okay, so as we saw with this one, visually shocking, like you're like, what is this? Looks kind of disgusting. This one with the tooth cracking and you see all this inside is another visual and visually shocking hook, which gets people to stop and grabs attention.
Let me guess, you haven't brushed your dog's teeth in the last week, or maybe in the last month, or even year.
And one thing this brand knows really well is they know their customer. They do, I can imagine that their research goes so deep, and they talk to their customers and they really understand like what is the customer's current situation. Because in these ads, if you don't nail and speak to the customer's current situation and what they're currently doing, then you're going to miss the mark, right? Your ads are not going to perform as well. And notice here that we're saying maybe you haven't brushed your dog's teeth in the last week or month or year, right? And the reality is that As most dog owners, they've probably brushed their teeth once in the dog's lifetime, right? So we're appealing to that. And also week, month, year, we're using a rule of 3, just another small thing that's going on that's happening here.
Look, I get it. Brushing your dog's teeth is not easy, but the reality is that not doing anything.
So I get it. Brushing your dog's teeth is not easy. We are siding with the customer. We are emphasizing that, look, we're not just here like telling you to brush your dog's teeth. Look, we get it. It's hard. It's not something that you want to be doing. You may think your dog is in pain when you do this.
For your dog's teeth each day is one of the most dangerous owner habits out there. You see, that accumulation of...
See how often we're switching the visuals, right? It's constantly changing every few seconds. And this is really to hold engagement, okay? Really, really important. Let's watch one more ad and then we will move on.
3 common dog behaviors that indicate poor gut health. Scratch.
So this one is a very, very common framework as well that works really well. You can take this and apply it to your brand. It's 3 reasons why, 3 ways, 3 common reasons, right? 3 things your dog does daily that indicate poor gut health. So we're, again, education. This is a very, very easy way, similar to the way that you would run traffic to a listicle of 5 reasons why. It's a very easy and simple way to just educate people. Like, here are 3 things, like 3 signs. If your dog is doing this, then you know they may be suffering with this. Okay.
3 common dog behaviors that indicate poor gut health. Scratching, paw licking, and head shaking might be shouting poor gut health support at you. The gut is like the epicenter of their well-being, affecting everything from sensitive skin to mood swings. That is exactly why thousands of dog parents have turned to...
So we are expanding on the problem. Like, very, very similar structure here if you're noticing that these videos are following. Ultimately, it's like, how do we get attention? How do we introduce people to a problem? And how do we introduce people to a solution and then a product that meets that solution, right? So I don't want to cover all these videos because, you know, obviously we'd be here for a long, long time. But if you even just go to their ad library, you will see all these videos here, right? And you can look through them. You can even go to the offer pages, landing pages, whatever they're running, okay? So the last thing I want to touch on here is to grow to 8 figures, 9 figures and beyond, the most important thing is your product expansion as well. You need to be expanding products, right? If we go back to Pet Lab Co., you can see that they have a lot of different products, right? If we just go to the best sellers, we've had a good look at the dental hygiene products, right? This ProBright Advanced Dog Dental Powder, but those have probiotics for dogs, joint supplement for dogs, allergy and immune probiotics, dental sticks. And the reason why adding more products is important is because there's 2 reasons, right? On the customer acquisition side, one product is only going to be able to reach so many people, right? Other products, you're going to expand your audiences. You're going to be able to reach newer segments of the wider audience, right? So you're going to be able to expand your TAM, your total addressable market. The other thing is on the retention side and the lifetime value, the recurring side. So think about if you only have one product, right? Unless that product is a consumable that people will come back and purchase from you again, it's going to be very, very difficult to increase your lifetime value of your customers. Because, you know, if they bought a product once and they don't really need a replenishment, then they're unlikely going to buy it again. In some cases, you know, if you're selling, I don't know, furniture, right? Maybe you can sell a dining table and maybe they need a second dining table, or maybe they need chairs, right? Again, as you can see here, if you expand the products that you have, it just gives you much more opportunity to increase that cross sells and basically just getting your customers to purchase more things from you and increasing lifetime value, okay? Another thing here is you can also increase AOV by adding upsells throughout the checkout process, right? If you add one thing to cart, you can say, hey, add this to cart and save X amount, or add this to cart and get free shipping, right? You can increase your AOV by selling and tacking on more products. You can also make the offer a little bit like higher perceived value if you add, you know, this product for free, for example, right? So a lot of different ways you can slice and dice, but you do want to introduce those products one by one. You want to make sure those products are complementary and not completely different, right? You can see here with this brand, it's very, very focused on pet health. They have a lot of different products that focus on that. They've expanded into cats, yes. But again, the theme is pet health, right? If you're selling shoes and then you're selling a table, like, I don't know, it's just not going to work. Maybe if you're drop shipping, but if you want to build a brand, you need to be focused and have the brand around a specific problem and solution and ecosystem that you're targeting, okay? So that is all for this video. There's obviously a lot more that we can go through, but I just want to make sure that we keep everything in a timely manner. If you like these videos, just leave a comment below, let me know, because I'm happy to create a lot more of these videos where I break down these brands that are doing amazing, amazing work. And you know, we can all learn from these brands, okay? So I appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.